Hey, this is Jeff Cutler from jeffcutler.com. We're speaking with Mikal Belicove, who is a branding expert. And Michael, why don't you explain a little bit about what you do and the importance of branding to entities, if I can phrase it that way?
Sure. I have two separate sides to my life. On one half, I'm a columnist for Entrepreneur Magazine. I write the Ask a Geek column, and I'm a blogger for Forbes, a columnist for Today's Campus magazine. I contribute to Success magazine, Natural Foods Merchandiser, and a bunch of other publications no one probably ever heard of or even wants to know about. And on the other half of my life, I'm an integrated marketing communications consultant. I help businesses and brands define themselves and then identify goals, objectives, strategies, and tactics, usually that involve content, in order to help them achieve a revenue-related target of some kind.
Well, when you jump into this whole branding thing, where do you start? Where do you lead off when you're dealing with a new client?
So I'll actually show you. I'll do a share of my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen here really quick. And do that screen and hit start. Can you see my screen right now?
I think it's coming up. We can see, yeah, we got your screen. We have us in the corner. It says retail store consultant.
Exactly. So I'm a big believer that consistency is key with any form of branding. That you have to know the answers to some pretty critical questions before you even start to do things like worry about a brand mark, a logo type, a website design, a color palette. That there are some critical questions that need to come first. And the first one is who I am. And this really works for businesses and individuals. So the example here is an individual who I helped launch a retail consulting business. So it's an individual, but at the end of the day, it's a business. And so who I am could also be replaced with who we are. So in this particular case, for this consultant, I answered the question by saying, who I am is a business advisor with 25 years of retail store operations and management experience. Succinct, to the point, we know exactly who this individual is.
So there's some clarity there when you're doing this stuff.
Yeah, more importantly, what I do. And then for a business, the question is what we do. And what I do in this particular case is help small to mid-sized locally owned retail businesses lift sales and increase profitability through situational analysis and hands-on training. So right away, anyone that's looking to hire this person knows exactly what she does. The next piece is why it matters. And why this particular business's services matter, or why her services matter, is because helping independent retailers stabilize and grow their business keeps people employed, supports local economies, and allows retail entrepreneurs to sleep better at night. So that's why it matters. But we're not done yet. The other question is, why is it better? And we need to answer that question because it's a competitive environment and you're always going to be asked something related to that. So the answer here is that unlike advisors who offer turnkey solutions to complex problems, my services are handcrafted and personalized to help you and your team overcome serious challenges to your business. Now, when we're putting all this together, we come up with what I and others basically have called a positioning statement. And a positioning statement is usually 2 to 3 sentences that have your point of differentiation, your definition, and your deliverable.
Okay.
So in this particular case, such and such is a Southern California-based business advisor with 25 years of brick and mortar retail management store experience. By analyzing her clients' retail operations and performance, she's able to coach and train small to mid-sized locally owned businesses, resulting in a lift in retail sales and increased profitability.
Okay, so this stuff is all goal-based. It's all goal-oriented ultimately, but you're still looking at the brand and the image they come across with as part of a comprehensive approach to putting their best foot forward.
Yeah, if you don't know who you are, what you do, why it matters, and why it's better, you really don't have a brand. And so I'm very concerned with those particular issues in mind. How do you differentiate yourself from everybody else? And then that informs a whole bunch of items related to your branded look and feel.
Okay, very cool.
And I think we lost.
We did lose a little video, but the audio is fantastic. How can people get in touch with you, Michael?
Sure. The easiest way to get in touch with me is through my website. It's mikalbelicove.com. It's spelled Mikal, and my last name is Belicove, B as in boy, Elicove.com, all one word, mikalbelicove.com.
Okay, perfect. Thanks very much for your time.
My pleasure.